Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I picked up something a little different. I got a little Honda Civic, about a 1990, and I have another one over at the shop that has a bad engine. So I got this one from family. Then it had a little accident. So I'm gonna see which car would be the best to try and save. This one's got a bit of damage, but it was well taken care of. It's got nice interior, and the other car is just the opposite. Yeah. So let's take a quick look at this thing. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to save it, but if it comes down to that, then it's all about swapping out the engines. So here we go. Okay, so yeah, that not looking too good. Bent wheel. I'm sure there's some stuff behind the old wheel there, you know, the axle shaft, and probably some suspension issues. The doors don't open, obviously, because yeah, that door gap, yeah, you can see that issue. Back door won't open, but you know, other than that, the little guy is not too bad on this side. Let's look inside real quick. Not bad interior. Back seat hardly even looks like it's been sat in. I'm sure underneath those seat covers, they're good. They feel good anyway. I haven't taken them off yet. But it's a 5-speed car. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to do something with it. But I'm going to go ahead and get it up on the old Max Jacks and take a peek underneath and see what's going on under there. Alright, now I got that wheel off there. I can take a little closer look at what's going on. So I looked at all this bracket, you know, all the shock or the strut, and the upper control arm is pushed back. The A-arm looks fine. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with that. That is not bent. It's actually just pushed back because of the way this is, the way the spindle and everything is pushed back on it. So, but if we look in here, that CV joint is just blown completely out, and it's definitely why that is all cranked back like there. The bottom control arm doesn't look bent. Went back and looked at the transmission or transaxle, whatever you want to call any of these things, to see if maybe it was damaged. It does not look like it is. I don't see any really bent up. The body mount or the A-arm mounts look good. The only thing that might be bent, can't really tell yet, is this steering linkage here, or control arm, whatever you want to call it. Can't tell yet if that's so. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this apart and
ready, babe.
all right, looks like maybe might be able to save this thing. All that up in there doesn't look bent in, just the outer fender mostly. This stuff right here doesn't look too good, but all this stuff can be fixed. So yeah, hopefully I can do that. Anyway, I'll see you guys after a while. I'm gonna get this finished up here for tonight. So last night, after doing some research and comparing parts on the internet that I could find, believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of, there's a lot of aftermarket stuff for this stuff, but for instance, like the fender, you can get an aftermarket fender, but they're not rated very well as far as fit goes. So I'm gonna bypass on the fender. Also, all the other suspension stuff pretty much can be bought except for the steering knuckle, the part that is really bent, come to find out. So I'm gonna have to go to Shuttle 1 at the shop, tear the steering knuckle out of that, and use it on here. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll heat up that steering knuckle to put back on that car so I can roll it at least. But this one's bent pretty good. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So this steering knuckle right here, this guy, they come curved, right? But not this curved. That's too much curve. This, and the reason I was able to compare on the internet is this right here. You see how that's, like that. It's supposed to be like that. So it's bent. So what I've decided, like I said, I'm going to take that steering knuckle off, tear all this apart. The lower arm here is also bent. Luckily, this is not bent. The steering one here. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. So I figured while I was in here doing all this, I'm gonna go ahead and order some new suspension parts. I'm gonna get this upper A arm because it comes with a new ball joint, because that one is tweaked back a little bit too, it looks like. And I figured I might as well go ahead and get the new struts and make them, adjustable. That way we can bring it down a little bit. And that's where I'm at. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. So I'm going to start tearing this thing apart. And I'll have to go to the shop and work in the 5 foot of snow. It's over there. And get that torn apart. That's going to be fun. There's not 5 foot. Okay. Maybe there's a foot, because all the snow from the roof came down and made a big old huge pile right in front of the car. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one. But I'll get that out, get this swapped out, but I probably won't go over there and film any of that because it's all pretty much the same procedure here. So I'm going to get to ripping this thing apart. All right, well, the first thing we got to get off here is this strut fork. It's a 17. And by the way, oopsie. I don't know if I was going the right way. Oh, no, I was going the right way. Whoa, easy. tension going on because of all the bending. Let me see what I can do there. Be right back. Okay, so I couldn't get the that fork bolt out. There's too much pressure on it. I think because of all the bending and all that. I've replaced these axles before, and usually you just got to jack up on them a little bit. I've got the castle nut on the bottom ball joint. I'm gonna go ahead and jack up on that and see if I can get the pressure off that thing. It'd be kind of nice if the ball joint would pop too, but it's not gonna happen. Get that up a little bit there. Let's get the pressure off of that. There went something. Let's see if that'll come out now. Oh man, that baby's in there. Might have to go at this a different direction. Okay, well, that's a fail. Oh, wow. All right. I'll be back. Okay, so I got lucky. I got that out of there. And the lower ball joint did pop, which is good. So that's, once that popped, I got some of the pressure off that, and I was able to drive that out. It wasn't that big of a deal. So now we're gonna go over to this side and pop that tie rod in. Ball joint off there. Let's do that now. This thing's a little greasy. That should be 17. Find my stuff. Okay, I had to resort to the old pickle fork or ball joint fork or whatever you want to call it tool. So I always throw a little WD-40 on it a little bit and get a BFH and let it rip. There it goes. Okay, I was actually able to just push on that end of that axle We'll just pull out like so. Now that's still hanging on there, so you always want to make sure when you do stuff like this, your brake lines, you don't screw your brake lines up. Okay, so that is swung. I'll swing that over here for a minute, then I'll assess this stuff. All right, so what we got to try to do now is pop this axle loose from the transmission case. Just use a crowbar and pop it out just like that. Now we can take it part way out on the other end. All right, so got that on its way out. Pull it all the way out. What I did is I just tilt it so that fork, just pull that fork back a little bit, and it comes out. So, yeah, this thing was pretty messed up. So, go ahead and check everything out. Doesn't look like there's any damage done here, but this is going bye-bye. So I'll look at the back side of this and see if there's any damage back there. That's out. Okay, after doing a little looking, seems like the bearing on this is good. That drag in here is from the disc brake, but there's some bad news. This lower control arm looks to be bent. The one over there is straight. And I don't know if this is supposed to be bent on this side, but being that it got smashed that way and did all that, and that bend on that arm goes that way, so I'm guessing that's probably the deal. I'm going to go do a little research. But other than that, it doesn't look like, what's odd is none of the torsion bars or anything are bent. The mounts aren't bent, as far as I can tell, but that thing is bent right there. You can see it. So I'll go do some research and see what I can find out. All right, let's get this caliper off here first. Since it's dangling, it's a little bit hard to get some torque on these things, so we're going to do it electrically. We're going to use the electricals. So just do this though, just bump them. Bump. Then let them. One. There's two. Okay, I gotta clean these off a little bit. I can't even get a wrench on them. So these are 17. I hold the caliper on. And these are a 10. Now this is getting a new wall joint here. Oh, trying to get it off so quick will work. And see if I can do this without my luck. It's gonna. Alright, get it jammed in there first. Give it a snack. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, baby. Oh. Okay, the old stubborn. I don't have the right ball joint tool to do this. I'm gonna do it the old way. Yahoo! I caught it. Whew. All right. Okay, I got to get this brake line taken off right here. And then once I do that, we'll take this strut fork off. And I'm going to leave the strut connected at the top until I get this off of here. And we'll take the strut completely out, do the lower control arm, torsion bar, and get this stuff out of here. This happens to be a 12. Alright, so this. I'm going to put that back in there. That way I know where it's at. This control arm, or I'm sorry, this fork here slides down off this, and it's a 14. Oh boy. Alright. Got the cure for that. Always use the box ends. No slip and slide. I think it's tight. Alright, we'll see if I got a ratcheting on it. Alright, 14. That's more better. Yeah, not on the backside of that. nut on the backside of that. Okay. Hold tight. Alright, so change of plans. That thing is on there. I'm gonna squirt some WD down in there, let it set a while, and go ahead and take it all the way out. I put this on the vise and then pound it out that way. So that's where I'm going with that. So I'll get this taken out. Next up is I'll go ahead and get that control arm off there. And I'll bet that's a different size. That looks like it's probably a 16 or 17. Let's see. 15. So I wanted this out way. Well, triangle 17. Yep. That's a 17. Yep. Alright, this bad boy's on it tight. So, let's see if I can. I need to get up. Break the bar. Wow. There's one. There we go. Alright, that's off. So now we gotta get this little this little guy right here's got to come out. I got all new stuff for that. That's a 12. One on top, one on bottom. I don't know if this is like a stabilizing bar or what this is. Look at this. Ooh, almost fell over. Okay. Pops out of there. Once I get the arm off, I can take this all the way out. Yeah, it's just a rubber bushing. Got another nut in there for the top bolt. Get it off. I got some sketty going on here, but that's all right. Wow. I work on these Hondas a lot. I mean, I own several, but there's some suspension work on them, basic maintenance, and all that kind of stuff. But my oldest son actually crashed a cord that he had, ripped the whole back of it off, basically. I found a parts car, took the back half of that car and put on the other half of his. Hey, look at there. Brake pad. That's a pretty good brake pad. Just got my greasy fingers all over it. You know. And my youngest son, we found a little CRX that was abandoned on the street and fixed it up real nice. Lowering even all that stuff on it, but you know, kid thing. I shouldn't say that. I tend to want all these lowered cars and stuff. Okay, so all that hardware's out. I got to go back in there, get that out. That'll drop that arm out of there. So let's get to that. Okay, so the bolt that runs through here is a 14. Oopsie, and there it goes. And I'll have to, okay, get a ratchet. All right, something a little faster. In the bucket, squeeze this out. Perfect. Okay, so there's that lower control arm. Let's see if I can get it. Looks like, yeah, hard for me to believe that that hunk of steel can bend like that. But we'll find out when the new one gets here. For sure if that is bent. But wow. Yeah. We'll throw that back down here. And there's the bad steering knuckle, which I got to get off the other car because I couldn't find one on the inlet. So that's coming up next. Well, not next. That's coming up in a while. I have to go to that place to get it. But I'm going to go ahead and drop that strut out of there. And then I'll get the A-arm out, and basically it's going to be waiting on parts. I went ahead and bought the kit for the other side too, so I have all new stuff for the other side. So anyway, okay, that's probably, no, I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'll get that stuff out of there first. All right, back up top. Go ahead and get this strut out of here. It has two bolts holding it in. That's just a little line holder right there. Move that back out of the way. See if we can. Oh, got it. That was going to be too short a socket. No, it worked. That's going to fall right out of there. Stay there a second. Wheel that down and out. All right. Someone zip tied the line down here, so I got to clip that real quick. Now I can. So now you got to put this in the vise and get that fork off there for the new strut that's coming. All right, well, I've got this thing up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get these A-arm nuts off here. 17. There's one here, and then there's one hidden back here behind some wiring. I'm gonna be able to get that on there. Anyway. Let's try something different. We'll just have to get out the big brother. Easy peasy. Oh boy. Take this one all the way off. Just reach under there and grab onto it so it doesn't fall down and smash my piggies. There we go. There's that puppy. So that one's still good. I mean, I don't see any bending of it, but I'm gonna put all that stuff in there. I want to Got all new stuff. So I'll throw this on a bucket, hang on to it probably, and clean it up. Maybe use it on the other car. I don't know. All right, so right now I'm kind of at a standstill, waiting for some parts to come in. Actually, I got some parts today. I'll probably unbox them. See what. That's probably all the suspension parts except for the struts. So I think what I'll do is I'll make this a couple part video, so it's not too long. But a little more story about this little car. It actually, because of this damage, it was totaled, and with today's prices on repairs for this stuff, I could see it. So I'm hoping that it all works out and I can save it. But this is just going to be part one, and we'll wait for the rest of the parts to come in. I'll go over and get that steering knuckle off the other car, and I'll get the other side tore apart because I'm putting all new stuff, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys on the next one.